You run board meetings. You negotiate complex contracts. In your professional life, you are the calm center of the storm, directing a team of dozens and managing crises with total authority. But then you walk into your childhood home for a holiday dinner. Within 45 minutes, you're apologizing for things that aren't your fault and shrinking from your mother's tone of voice. You've become an anxious, guilty 8-year-old. Research by Prof. Vaknin into family dynamics and narcissism suggests that this reaction is a stabilizing mechanism for the family system, one that often overrides our adult logic to preserve the house's status quo. We're going to build a 5-step family visit regulation plan designed to help you recognize these patterns and keep your adult identity intact, even when the system tries to pull you back. Seeing exactly how the brain gets hijacked is the first step toward making sure you never have to play that childhood character again. Step 1 is identifying your assigned mask. Dysfunctional families often use rigid roles to maintain homeostasis, a false sense of stability that hides deeper issues. This diagram shows how the system distributes pressure. The scapegoat acts as the container for the family's shame, punished for making anxiety visible. Conversely, the hero performs flawlessly, but shares the same core wound, believing they are only lovable when useful. Looking at this mapping of survival behaviors, we can see how different personality types manage system anxiety. Truth-tellers challenge the system by calling out abuse, while perfectionists try to outperform the negative narrative through flawless compliance. These roles were strategies developed to secure safety in an unpredictable environment. They reflect how you survived, but they do not define who you are as an adult. Step 2 is mapping your triggers. Specific environmental cues, like a seating arrangement, a certain smell, or a parent's sharp inflection, that signal your brain to revert to old patterns. This happens through neuroception, a process where the nervous system scans the environment for threat faster than the conscious brain can think. This breaker box visualization shows what happens when those cues hit. Your system experiences an overload, activating physiological states of complex PTSD. As breakers flip, you default to automatic survival responses: defensive fight, workaholic flight, numbing freeze, or people-pleasing fawn. Reverting to childhood behaviors in these moments is a biological reflex. The nervous system has simply switched to an older, faster set of survival instructions. Step 3 is activating your internal observer. Before you walk through the door, imagine you are watching a play from the balcony rather than standing on the stage. When you label a passive-aggressive comment as a symptom of the family's anxiety, you create psychological distance. Viewing their behavior as a mechanical process prevents you from reacting as the child they expect. Step 4 is somatic grounding. Because the nervous system acts before you can think, you must use a physical action to manually interrupt the sequence. Execute this sequence. Press your feet firmly into the floor. Notice your adult weight in the chair, and take a deep sigh to signal safety. Physical anchoring provides the stability required to keep your adult mind online when the environment tries to pull you into the past. Step 5 is practicing differentiation of self during the visit. Differentiation means maintaining your own distinct adult values and identity while you remain in active connection with the family. This is different from an emotional cutoff. While a cutoff creates distance to hide the problem, differentiation allows you to stay in the room without losing yourself to the system's reactivity. In practice, this might mean calmly declining a chore your brother assumes you'll handle, or refusing to accept blame for a situation that isn't your fault. You respond from your grounded adult perspective. The friction you feel from the family during these moments often signals that the old system's control is finally breaking. By identifying the role, anticipating triggers, observing the dynamic, grounding the body, and differentiating the self, you build a consistent barrier against regression. The family dynamic still has its magnetic pull, but you can step inside while remaining steady in your own reality. Before your next visit, write your primary trigger and your grounding technique on a sticky note. Place it on your car dashboard as a final reminder before you walk in. By focusing on your own internal regulation, you take the power out of the family's narrative and begin writing your own.